voting more important. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's nice to be back. It's a rare day that a domestic violence case is going to have 6 independent eyewitnesses. A rare day. A day I don't think I've ever seen. What's not rare at all is witnesses who are seeing something and they don't want to say anything, who don't come to court. I think it is very common for people to see things and not say anything. And that's really sad, but it is true. And for an officer to try and get people to say what happened and give their name so that he doesn't have to just put anonymous and then leave the prosecutors with nothing, that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. Because something happened here. But what Ms. Schwitzsky did that day, whether you believe she exaggerated on things, and sure, believe that. I agree that she had motive. I said that. But it's difficult for me to reconcile this idea that she is this literally horrible person, right? She's a horrible person, according to defense. Because there's really no other way to say it. She's an opportunist. She's a money-grabbing person. She has pinned this poor boy, because he's a 23-year-old, but we called him a boy a few times in opening. And this poor boy was just manipulated and controlled by this evil woman who just flew off the handle all the time and attacked, like him on things about not being a man and doing all these things. And that person, the person who posted things on Instagram, who shaved her head for $15,000, who made a joke about being a victim on a comedy special, that person did not tell the police what happened. And that's not her saying that. And that's not even the 6 people saying that either. It's her saying that, the 4 people on the boat saying that, the officer saying that. Ms. Schwitzsky did not give a statement on that boat when the officers boarded her boat. Defense went to great lengths to elicit that the victim, when she was pulled on that boat, completely fine, according to them, what was the first thing that came out of her mouth? He's a good boy. He's trying to go to law school. Sounds a lot like a DV victim to me. Sounds a lot like somebody who's just in a really terrifying situation who cannot reconcile the horrible thing that just happened to them with the person that they love. I am not standing up here saying that Cole Goldberg is a bad person. That is literally not what anybody is saying from our side. But bad people do good things and good people do bad things. People make mistakes, intentional mistakes. They make choices, and those choices can lead to problems. And he made a series of choices on that day, on April 24th, 2022. And those choices led to being here. This is not a mistake. This is not an almost he is in the grave situation. This was intentional. He intentionally jumped off that boat to pursue her after she said it was over because he did not want to accept that. It was a summer fling, except it was 9 months long. It was a summer fling, and he was going to break up with her when he got to law school, but he actually said, no, I wasn't doing that. I had no intention of breaking up with her. It was a day-by-day event, but literally no end in sight. Okay? So, what do you mean? This person was just drowned by the man she loves. Whether she knew it was ending or not, she loved him. And he did this to her, and the person who is supposed to be exploiting every opportunity ever doesn't exploit the opportunity when it matters, when they're talking to police. And then they went to great lengths to show this picture about how she is surprised when he got arrested. So yeah, Right. She was surprised when he got arrested. She is literally not educated in the law. She has no idea what's going on. She couldn't even answer if she was a convicted felon. She didn't know anything. She was signing papers left and right. I'm not saying she didn't try to intentionally sue him, but what I am saying is that she was shaken to her core that this officer made a determination of probable cause for attempted murder without her saying a word. That's not uncommon. The shock, apologizing, diminishing, giving all the good about them, that is behavior of a domestic violence victim. We are supposed to believe that it is relevant that the Pennsylvania witnesses asked for proper service, which is a court order by the judge because of the interstate compact agreement. But we are not supposed to think about the fact that one of his best friends couldn't get on a plane and come down here and testify when he's here half of every month, and this is one of those months. So if it's not relevant that the PA people had to be served with a lawful subpoena, as all out-of-state witnesses can, and they waived, by the way, so there wasn't a writ. Your Honor didn't sign a writ. So it's not relevant either way then. Cool, sounds good. Mark that off. We don't need that. But you have to take into consideration, apparently, that his friend, who was impeached, pretty blatantly so, I would add, about the fact that the only thing that he could actually literally say anything about was this fight that took place, this argument that took place about this guy and this guy groping her. Okay? And he literally got impeached on that one thing. Like, toss that. Angela Rada, his ex-girlfriend, great. He's a great person in the community. Nobody's refuting that. She wasn't there. She didn't see this. The propensity for being good does not discredit that somebody is capable of doing something bad. And that is the end of that. This is not a trial to show that he was a bad person. It is a trial to show that on April 24th, 2022, he had a reaction.
2 minutes, counsel.
And that reaction led to a pursuit, and that pursuit led to a scary event where but for Matt Paris intervening, then Caroline Schwitzsky would have been a statistic, and it's a different one. It wouldn't have been a drowning statistic. It would have been the statistics of domestic violence victims. Some people bring out the worst in you, and I think that these two were a match made in a not good place. These two people did not bring out the best of each other. And that showed. That showed on that day. Maybe he had never gotten jealous before. Okay. Maybe it wasn't about jealousy, though. Maybe it was about the ending of that relationship. Maybe it was about something else. I don't have to go into his brain and know exactly why he did it, but I do need to know it wasn't a mistake, and it wasn't. Because interestingly enough, Dr. Stephen Leatherman said himself that when you are in stage 1, you can't see. You can't see. Your animal brain has activated. You are in fight or flight. And Mr. Goldberg testified on direct examination that the only thing he could see was her, and that is why he grabbed her, because it was her. He was not drowning. Try as they might. It's not close. He was not drowning. So what's the second part? If he's not drowning, then why on earth are his hands right next to her shoulders? Why on earth is this 200-pound football player thinking that his girlfriend, who is 130 pounds, you have pictures of her, she's tiny, she's gonna keep him up? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because it's not true. Injuries, and I have one more second just to finish my sentence.
You're good.
Injuries are not dispositive of the elements. There are no elements that we have in this case that require injuries. Domestic battery by strangulation does not require injuries. Attempted murder does not require injuries if it is under the part that we are going under, and also battery doesn't require injuries. So let's stop talking about the bruises. There's something on her neck, look at the picture. If you don't see that there's something on her neck, fine, that's fine. Has nothing to do with whether it happened or not. He went back to that boat because he knew it was over. He knew it was over for his career. He knew it was over for his life. He knew that if he didn't try to talk to Caroline Schwitzsky, to get a pulse on her, to figure out what is going on, are you mad at me? Are you gonna say anything? Help. Why is he crying? He doesn't have memory of the drowning event for Stephen Leatherman. So he's crying? Why? Because they didn't let him on the boat? He knew what he was being accused of, and he panicked. And he went back to his girlfriend to see if she was going to protect him, to see if she was going to tell the cops what she actually experienced. That's why he went back. And they didn't call 911 because they didn't want to get involved. And he was the trigger. He went back, and he was the danger, and they said enough is enough. You've heard everything. You know the law. We're asking for you to find him guilty on all counts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Warren.